Hello everybody, welcome back to It's Current Year. Today we have a fan submission from Blitzen, aka Slayer3, who was inspired by a recent video on the channel involving the double Lawmaster versus the Warriors of Chaos, and it seems he has tried to emulate us here, going up against Schmucky and the Warriors of Chaos led by Sigvald the Magnificent. So we'll go through the armies just quickly. For the Warriors of Chaos, several units of horsemen up the front, backed up by some horse masters. Mirror Guard over on here with a feral manticore. Just marauders in the front line after the Mirror Guard, but we've got some Chaos Warriors with halberds and some great weapons backing them up. In the trees over here, looks like we've got a whole host of Chaos Warhounds, all three poison variants and another feral manticore. So a lot of fast elements for the Warriors of Chaos, as you'd expect. A couple of the manticores, which are very good single entities. On a horse over here, we have a Shadows Caster. Looks like he has come in with Melkots, Mystifying Miasma, and Pendulum, I dare say, alongside the Scroll of Shielding for the damage resistance. Yes, it was Pendulum. And we have Prince Sigvald, who looks like he has taken all his buffs. So probably coming in, I believe, just over 1,700 points with the full kit on Sigvald. Over here for Blitzen, we have 3 units of Illyrian Reavers. They do outrange Marauder Horsemen and Horse Masters quite significantly. I think they're also... I think they might be actually the same speed. Yeah, 90 speed. And pretty good, actually really good combat stats for a fast skirmisher, fast cav skirmisher. 32, 34, and 24 charge bonus is pretty comparable actually to Marauder Horse Masters, who are seen as one of the better sort of hybrid skirmish cav in the game and late game cycle charges. So yeah, really good unit. You do pay a fair bit for them. I think they're 700 gold, but they are a very, very versatile unit. 3 units of White Lions, one of which is the Pure Main Company, which is actually quite a nice touch because it's granting the Guardian Aura to the 2 Lawmasters of Hoeth. So they're just going to have even more physical resistance in there if they do end up dueling Sigvald. 2 units of Sword Masters. Not bad in this matchup. Still just an expensive unit, and if you can get them on the right targets, they can do some work. But yeah, Swordmasters, you pay a lot. You need to get work done with them. So we'll see how they fare here. And 2 units of Sea Guard, just as a bit of a sort of a sturdy backline presence here. Something for the Illyrian Reavers to screen back behind if they need to, with hounds chasing them, and the Horsemasters on the field. And similar to us as well, we have Imric leading the force. Looks like he's just taken Dragonhorn and the Lord of Dragons debuff. So as the armies on the approach, the Warhounds do lap around this flank. Would have liked to have seen maybe some Warhound presence kept with the Marauder Horsemasters here, because you just want something to be able to screen them out if you don't want them put into combat. Taking a very wide route here, but probably not a bad idea. Doesn't want to take any shots from the Lothan Sea Guard. They do actually do a fair bit of damage to horsemen. So a bit of a protracted skirmish phase here. And you're seeing just the immense range on the Illyrian Reavers here actually trading well. Lots of the shots being sort of dodged here by Schmucky, so that's nice. But the horsemen will pull around this flank, and possibly to the safety of the Lothan Sea Guard, but some jabs going off. But you see the trade here is pretty one-sided. All these units taking a lot of damage, or just a smattering of damage across. Not a lot of unit models dropped. 3 off that one, 3 off that one, 4 off that one. Actually, that's not too bad. So yeah, Blitzen getting the better of the early skirmish trade. And the White Lions here with their missile resistance and their 90 armor, probably not going to take a ton of damage. They have lost a couple of models. Well, yeah, a couple of unit models there, so not a terrible use of ammunition here by the horsemen. But front lines sort of pressing up close to one another at the moment. Doesn't look like any charge orders have been given, so we will maybe just get things underway with a little bit of a fast play. And now we're going to be jumping in. Marauders, no hope against the Pure Main Company. Likewise, Swordmasters up against the Chaos Warriors with great weapons. The arm piecing of the great weapons is nice, but probably not a great fight for them. They're going to push in, and the Dragonhorn, nicely timed Dragonhorn actually, with these guys ramming home. And obviously Marauders standing no hope up against the Pure Main Company. The White Lions also in here, and now Sigvald's pushed in, and this is a bad engagement for Prince Sigvald. We'll get some cinematic shots. One of the Lawmasters looks like he's fighting. He was fighting Marauders out here. The other one is going toe-to-toe with Sigvald, and you just see his, even with Slippery and Heroic Killing Blow popped, he's got pretty juiced combat stats, but it's just it's a losing battle at this stage with Sigvald as an island out here to himself. The White Lions over here, looks like they've actually taken a lot of damage from, I'm not sure if it was we did see another pendulum go down over here before, but in the back, the Hounds have hit home. Just the general stats of the Illyrian Reavers here and just the outnumbering is just meaning the Hounds can't really get a lot of work done. Imric is going to absolutely wipe the floor with a Feral Manticore with his anti-large bonus, and the Lothan Seaguard here will be bracing up against the Chaos Warhounds now as the Illyrian Reavers charge in. Don't need them fighting the Manticore, might as well use them to go toe-to-toe with the Warhounds. But over here, once again, Sigvald just no match for the double Lawmaster, and the Chaos Feral Manticore tries it might to get down here to sort of relieve Sigvald, is not having much luck. Swordmasters are going to be hacking away at the Mirror Guard. That's a pretty grindy fight actually, considering the melee defense of the Mirror Guard, but it will be a losing battle the longer it goes along. Sigvald's bugging out because he doesn't want any part of this anymore, and even with a Melkoth's going down here, it's not going to be enough for the Chaos Marauders. Really needs Melkoth over here, probably to cast on a Reaver and then maybe commit. If we've got any more Hounds in here, we've got the Manticore here. We might be able to do a sandwich and just try and win through numbers against the Reavers, but the ammo use here is probably going reasonably well. But with the Lothan Seaguard turning their bows to fight, the Skirmish Cav probably will go in the way of the High Elves. So we rotate around here. Imric now has caught up to Sigvald, and with a Spirit Leech going down, despite the heroic Killing Blow and Slippery going down, hitting 84 melee defense for Sigvald, it's just not going to be enough. And even though he did land some hits on Imric, he's going to be able to pretty much carry the day in that fight, and the infantry line is just going to fall apart completely. The onslaught of the Pure Main Company, which is, probably gave the Lawmasters back up to full health actually, so the healing here was probably obviously quite big in the fight, and the extra physical resistance, as you can see from the Guardian Aura, probably just meant Sigvald never really had a chance in that engagement. Tattered Skirmish Cab remains here for the Warriors of Chaos as just a bit of cleanup duty going on here. The Illyrian Reavers will hold the Sorcerer in position as Imric will come in, and he'll probably only need one hit to push the game into army losses. We'll put it on a fast play, and one hit there tanks the leadership. And despite a little bit of a resurgence, or maybe I spoke too soon, but just not enough armor piercing here to get through the White Lions or the Swordmasters. And taking a leaf out of the Its Current Year playbook, Blitzen has once again done a bit of work. So 1200 on this Lawmaster, 300 on this one, and 1000 on Imric as he bullied some Manticores, came in and finished off Sigvald, and then pushed the Sorcerer off. Was enough to win the day. Like I said, got to get some work done with the Swordmasters because their cost is can be sort of prohibitive at times. But both of them, I believe, getting their cost back. I think they're 1250. So had some good targets though. I mean, Chaos Warriors with great weapons, they will beat quite decisively, and even Mirror Guard and Halberd Warriors do give them something that they can just sink their teeth into and get their value back quite nicely. The fact that Sigvald was also fighting in and amongst the Pure Main Company was no small part of why he got put in the trash can pretty hard. Still got 1000 value, but nothing that the Lawmasters really couldn't heal their way out of, and was just too much for him in the end. Sorcerer got a little bit of value. Chaos, the Feral Manticores probably actually needed to go after the Lawmasters and try and just sort of bully them a little bit, try and tip the balance a bit in favour of Sigvald. And he just got a bit outnumbered, and there wasn't really anything that could stand up to the front line here of the High Elves. So I mean, even the White Lions, these ones I think got worked down by some Jav play early on and suffered a little bit, but these ones relatively healthy, chewed through a unit of Marauders. And then the Illyrian Reavers all getting their costs back and using the majority of their ammo. Hounds not really being able to find a home. Decent value across the Hounds, but just the range on the Illyrian Reavers really helps in this matchup. I've found they're a very good unit, and a very underrated combat unit in their own right as well. You do pay a premium, as I said, but a really good skirmish cav unit all up. So Yeah, same issues, I guess, with this build as sort of I highlighted in my previous video when I took it. Struggles against a Hell Cannon, and it's not out of the question to expect a Hell Cannon here from Warriors of Chaos. High Elves can snipe it, but I guess if you roll the dice and you go a bit of an elite frontline here, and they do bring a Hell Cannon, even if you are able to snipe the Hell Cannon out in your own right, it can accrue value pretty quickly, and it can tip the favor where, you know, Swordmasters can lose to Chaos Warriors with great weapons if they take, you know, a couple of good volleys from a Hell Cannon and things like that. But good to see a long-time viewer of the channel take a leaf out of our book, and yeah, we're setting the meta now. Its current year is the new Meta-Seta through a somewhat broken meta, but yeah, I'll take it anyway. So thanks to Blitzen for sending this one in, and Schmucky, well played as well, and to everyone who checked out the video, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time. Take care.